avoiding surgery or waiting longer for surgery and anything besides maybe cancer, I don't think is a bad thing. I don't know. There's this.
Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Isabel's scoliosis surgery on Sister Wives and especially how it relates to, because I've seen this talked about a lot, like Dayton, how he got his eyelid surgery and that was a cosmetic procedure. Albeit he definitely deserved, and I'm glad he got the surgery, but his surgery versus Isabel's surgery, just the difference in Kody's attitude and just kind of overall how Kody definitely favors Robin's children, even the children that are not biologically his. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I just want to clarify my last statement. No matter if your children are biologically yours or not, you should treat all of your children equally, or strive to at least. You should, as a parent, do your absolute very best. Kody does his absolute very worst, and it's like he doesn't even care anymore. He used to kind of care, and now he just certainly doesn't give a shit. For the past couple seasons, we've really seen Kody hem and haw, especially when talking to Christine, about Isabel's scoliosis surgery. Or 2 years ago at this point, it came to the point where Isabel really needed the surgery. The braces weren't working, the physical therapy wasn't working anymore, and it really got to the point where surgery was the option. Well, Kody was really dragging his heels. He's dragged his heels before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and now he's lamenting, not being there after the pandemic, but not being there, not because he gave a shit about his daughter, but because that looked like bad optics on his part. But Kody has really been against Isabel getting surgery since day one, since she got diagnosed with scoliosis. And I just find it really interesting and incredibly hypocritical that when Dayton had his ATV accident, it was like all systems go, all resources expended in trying to find a cosmetic surgeon to perform his eye surgery. I dug up 2 specific clips that really highlight the juxtaposition and the difference in Kody's demeanor and energy and just sympathy towards his children, and we're gonna go through that right now. Here is a clip of Kody's reaction to Christine when she tells Kody that Isabel's curve is getting worse.
I definitely think Isabel's curve looks worse.
I don't think I would consent to surgery unless I thought it was threatening her life.
Concern is if it's not under 30, by the time she's done growing,
Doesn't
she
matter
will
to me.
need surgery.
It's threatening her self-confidence.
It's all just rhetoric. Other than to monitor it, I don't really want to go back to Dr. Kemp anymore. I mean, I appreciate everything he's got to say, but I'm not interested in surgery, and that's always the direction, the energy of that clinic. No, we are not doing surgery. We can wait this out.
And here's Kody and Robin talking to Dayton about his upcoming cosmetic surgery.
When he had the accident, it actually damaged his eyelid. And we spent 18 months, a very, very long time, actually looking for a plastic surgeon who could fix it, because we had a lot of surgeons say, that's just the way that it is. And it left his eyelid droopy.
First of all, Gwen should never have been a party to this conversation. I get that she was sitting there, but Christine and Kody should have politely asked her to give them some privacy so they could talk about this, especially since they were of differing opinions. I felt so bad that Gwen had to sit there and witness Kody just totally dismissing the severity of Isabel's condition. And this was early on. It only got worse. With Dayton, Kody talks about how he and Robin have searched high and low for a surgeon to correct Dayton's droopy eyelid after his ATV accident. Now that's dedication. On the other hand, he actually has the audacity to tell Christine that he doesn't want to go to this orthopedist anymore for Isabel because he just thinks that the doctor is surgery happy, like, oh, she has scoliosis, let's do surgery. Also, in the Dayton clip, Robin states that they fully understand the risk of the surgery. They understand that it might not correct it. It might actually make it worse, but they've dealt with this for 2 years since his accident. They know how to live with this, and that if this is a risk they want to take to try to better his quality of life, and if it ends up making it worse, they understand the risks. That's a loaded statement right there, considering how Kody doesn't want to take the risk with Isabel. Also, I cannot stress this enough. Kody and Robin did not do anything wrong when it came to Dayton and his necessity for medical intervention. They absolutely should have gone through to every avenue possible, exhaust all measures in order to get Dayton the best medical care to try to improve that eyelid and give him vision out of that eye and improve his overall quality of life. They did the absolute right thing. But then again, Isabel deserved that same energy. Dayton was able to get his surgery about 2 years after his accident. And I'm not sure if after they did the initial surgery to, fix the injury, I'm not sure how much the actual drooping of the eye caused him physical pain. With that being said, he absolutely deserved to have it corrected. Isabel was in constant crippling pain until she finally got her surgery 5 years after her diagnosis. And speaking as a parent of a child that has orthopedic issues, let me just tell you, it is not just a fast track to surgery. My daughter has significant bowing in her legs, and at 2 years old, we took her to a pediatric orthopedist. They measured her bowing. They said, come back in 6 months, because for a lot of people, will say, oh, I had bowing as a kid and it corrected itself. A lot of times it does. So they initially measure, much like they do with Isabel, how they kept measuring her curve. I just took her back. It was about 6 months after her first visit. Her bowing has not improved. So now she is going to be fitted in a couple weeks for night braces. This is going to try to correct the bowing in her legs. And hopefully that if it improves enough, she won't need surgery. So we're going back in 3 months to measure again. If there isn't significant enough improvement, she will be going to day braces. And we're going to continue to measure and measure and measure. And the absolute last resort will be surgery. And that is over a year away. We got a lot of things we can try to do first to try to prevent surgery. And we saw on the show that Isabel and Christine did a lot. They exhausted all options. They did the night brace. They did the day brace. They did physical therapy. She even went to a scoliosis boot camp. They did everything to try to prevent the surgery, but she really just needed the surgery. And they came to that determination about 2 years, I think, 2.5 years before she actually got the surgery. Just to think of a child in pain for that long is so heartbreaking, and I can't imagine the frustration that Christine felt with seeing her daughter in pain every day and then having to battle and justify the necessity for that surgery to her husband, who is literally never around. It is talked about that we don't know what the Browns' insurance looks like. That, obviously the cost of these kind of procedures can be quite staggering. So I fully understand Kody's being really hesitant and reticent about taking on that amount of medical debt. But at the same time, what they say, where there's a will, there's a way. You found a way for Dayton, but you left Christine out there to flounder and find her way on her own for Isabel. It's so sad. I just wanted to get on here and talk about this, you guys, because I especially can empathize with Christine and what she's going through. And again, Robin and Kody did the absolute right thing when it came to Dayton. That as what any parent would want to and could do and should do in that situation. Like, there was nothing they did wrong with Dayton, but they should have carried that same energy over to Isabel, who equally needed medical intervention and didn't get the support from anybody but Christine and Peyton and her sisters, really. I mean, actually, I think I saw Hunter go and visit her. So she had sibling support, but she didn't have her dad or her other moms. And that's just so unfortunate. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.